I'm really glad that you came out with me.
Oh, gee, Jason, yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm so, glad that you asked me out.
Yeah, it's going to be real fun. I got a whole night planned just for you.
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe it. I've dreamed about this since I was a little girl.
Me too. So I figured first we get some food, and then maybe see a movie.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it.
I figure we can end it all with a nice, sexy episode of
Robot! Sidekick! Ready! Go!
Welcome to Robot Sidekick, the show about anything and everything. With me always is my co-host, Bryan Rudzinski.
Oh, yeah, hello.
Hello, Bryan. It's good
Hi.
to see you.
It's great to see you.
And we have a very, very special one-person guest. Only because she requested that there be no other person here. So me and Bryan are actually going to leave here in a second.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of a big deal.
She's
so...
Yoko Ono, everybody. Yoko Ono.
Oh.
She is a longtime friend of ours, former Reject Llama,
Damn,
which
you
is an
forgot the
improv
name.
troupe that we had
Now
been
defunct.
in together. Yeah, Defunct Reject Llamas is the new name of it. And she's a med student. She's an all-around
Soon, hopefully.
artiste. She's a world traveler. She's a beast in bed. Give it up for Kayla.
Hello, all.
Kayla, it's so good to have you.
Thank you, JC, for having me on here.
Oh, it's also good to have you on here. Super excited. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to get into.
Yeah, I keep thinking about when we first met, like at Chandler Gilbert.
Oh, you mean
Community college.
community college. Yes. Did you see?
It's forever ago now, which when I think of the years, like when I think about, I see high school people, and I'm like, they look so young
Oh, yeah.
to me.
But that's around when we met.
Yeah.
Like fresh out of high
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
school.
I just had the realization that it's 10 years since we at least graduated.
Yeah, since we graduated.
Well,
06.
when did you?
06.
I was 08, so I was.
So you got 2 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're one of them youngins.
Yeah.
Yin yangs.
Yin yang.
Don't be too
Yangs.
jealous.
Oh, no, I wish. Bryan and I have known each other since 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
So 17, 18 years?
It's something crazy. I don't know.
A lot of
We've
years.
We've gone over it. We just know that our friendship is as old as Justin and Andy, who are
Yeah. So about 18
guests
years,
on
yeah.
this podcast.
It's like
Yeah.
Soul Brothers.
Soul Brothers.
Soul Brothers.
Soul Brothers.
Soul brothers.
I always wished I had like friends that long. You know,
Just
just friends in
Just
general.
always wish I had friends.
I always wish I had friends.
for a longer time than a
For
day.
just,
That's
you
an
know.
acquaintance.
Yeah, because I lived in Arizona my whole life.
Me
but-
too.
I didn't know that. I
Really?
didn't know you were an Arizona native.
I'm a nady.
Oh, me
Born
too.
in Mesa.
I have a question.
What's that hospital called? The Mesa Hospital?
Mesa.
Mesa Hospital.
Mesa Hospital.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Desert Banner, something like that?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
There's deserts all over the
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your question?
My question: have you ever been to the Grand Canyon?
Did you raise your hand?
No. You're gonna have to
Anyone
do-
else have a question? Oh, Bryan.
I have a question.
Yes.
For who? For the lovely.
for the lady,
Oh, okay.
not this lady, that lady.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the Grand Canyon?
I have been to the Grand Canyon.
I mean, you are a world traveler, so that only
Well,
makes sense.
you made me sound so much cooler than I am. I feel like I'm not into world travel.
I mean, you've traveled around
I guess
the world.
technically, yeah.
You haven't been to every place in the
No,
world.
The reason I ask is because this one has lived in Arizona his entire life, never been to the Grand
I haven't,
Canyon.
man. I
How
haven't.
dare you, sir?
And it's such a, like, we've talked about just doing a weekend trip through Sedona, because Sedona is just nice to be in.
Oh, yeah, Sedona's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But
beautiful.
we've never taken the trek up to the Grand Canyon. And it'd be a fun little weekend vacation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's nice. Well, the best
Don't
time
have to convince me.
best time I had going there, it was a new moon, so there was like
Ooh.
pitch dark. I could see the curvature of the sky and everything. It was
Oh, that's
So the
all-
Wiccas were having a
Oh,
good time there.
no, we did a ceremony.
Good, good, you
He's
should.
part Wicca.
You should.
Partially.
Part
Wicca.
Wicca.
I'm
I
part.
didn't-
Yeah, you
Just
can't-
part Wicca.
If you go full Wicca,
my
you
left
can't
leg.
go back. Yeah.
My left leg is
Left
Wicca.
leg's Wicca.
The rest of me's Polish.
Yeah, the Grand Canyon's great.
Left leg Wicca, right leg what? Wicca what? The Grand Canyon's great, yeah.
So
it's beautiful.
Should
I
we
hear.
start over? Or,
Okay, yeah. Ready? Welcome to the podcast.
Robot! Sidekick!
This is a podcast where you have everything. With me, as always, is Bryan, and she's traveled many worlds. Kayla Steiner.
Hello, all.
Hey, welcome to the show, Kayla.
Thank you, JC.
We've been friends for a long time.
We have been friends for a long time.
Not as long as mine and Bryan.
Hey.
Okay, rub it in.
Okay,
rub
what's
it
your
in.
question, Bryan?
Okay, I'm rubbing it in. Rubbing it in.
Yeah. And you had a question?
Have you ever been to another planet? You're a world traveler, so.
Well, there was this one time that I think I was abducted and taken to Narnia.
Oh, the best.
That's why when I saw the movie, I was like really confused because I was like, this is my life.
Now, I don't mean to be a stickler, but isn't Narnia part of our planet, just a different dimension?
I mean, if you
I've
go,
never
Semantics, Brian.
I've never seen
the
the movies.
doorway to Narnia is
A wardrobe.
on Earth, but we don't know if Narnia actually exists on Earth. For all we know, it could be a wormhole to another dimension, to a whole new planet
Whoa!
that still has God.
But he's a lion.
But he's a
He's a
lion.
lion, yeah.
So, I mean, who knows, really?
Well, I have a question for you, JC.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be the annoying, like, is it different now that you're married? But I've been, like, thinking about,
Getting married?
well, no.
So you should probably meet somebody first.
No,
and
yeah, that's usually how it
get you
goes.
dated a
stepwise.
couple times.
Yeah. But I've been on, like, a few horrible dates lately.
Oh, no.
And one recently, this guy he's like a classical guitarist.
Oh, the
you
best
know?
kind of guitarist.
So that's all, like, enough said right there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, what's some of your, like, favorite musicians? And I'm talking music, and he's like, well, I'd have to say Bach. He just has he goes into the melody, and it's just so different. And I was just like...
What?
And then I started
Yeah.
going on my ranting talks that I do. And he just, like, was looking around, and he was like, so do you want to, like, get out of here? Or...
Oh, man.
So we walked to his place.
Which
And
was
then-
close.
Yeah, it was right, like, down the street. From
Did
the
you
bar.
walk to the restaurant?
He planned.
Oh, well,
It was about a 4-mile walk back, so we got started.
this is about 10 miles away.
Yeah.
But he pulls out his guitar,
Oh.
and it's immediately. Like, immediately.
Like, it's just as an observer, wasn't at the date. Truth be told, I wasn't there. So, it sounds like he's done this
Are you
before.
sure?
Are you sure you
I
weren't there?
want to be clear. I was not at this
Seemed like you're
date.
really professing that you weren't there.
It's just so everyone on this podcast knows. I was not at this date.
Okay.
It sounds like he had this thing kind of like he had a almost like a plan. Like, step 1, take to dinner. Step 2, tell her I'm a classical guitarist. Step 3,
Bach.
Bach.
Bach, yeah.
Step 4, because he's a chicken. Step 4,
He had cut off jeans, too.
oh, whoa.
If that, that's already...
Step 4, bring her back to my place and then play classical guitar Bach.
But that's the greatest part of he pulls up his guitar, and he has, like, this... It's set up, so he's playing it, like, the
It's a
classical
cello?
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just starts playing, and I'm just like... This
Okay,
is pretty. It's, like, very Renaissance-y, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that sounds very
Yeah, Monty Python. Yeah, I heard this
nice.
one,
Like,
yeah.
thank you.
Like, yeah, you played
And
at the
he was
Renaissance
like,
Fair?
Yeah, well, I wrote it, so... I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
of course you did. And
Yeah.
he's like, pulls his laptop up, and he clicks and thing,
Oh,
and then
stop. Ugh.
then he's playing Bach for me.
Oh, man, like you don't know what Bach is.
Yeah, and then he turns in and he's like, "Can I kiss you again?"
Again, you already kissed him?
Well,
What was your...
on the walk.
Oh, shit.
On the walk there.
All right, yeah, we're going to have to start this one over. Yeah, all right, just...
All right, ladies
Wait.
and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast.
Robot. Sidekick. Ready. Go.
Robot Sidekick, JC, Bryan, and Kayla!
Hey-o.
Bryan, you have a question?
We've got... Have you ever been on a terrible first date?
Hasn't been on
Yeah, I mean,
terrible first.
Yes
date.
or no questions.
Yeah,
That's
only
what
yes
this
or no,
podcast is
yeah,
all
yes
about.
or no.
We don't
Okay.
want you
Yes.
to elaborate.
Let's keep this going. Yes
right.
or no questions. Have you ever kissed a boy?
No.
Brian.
Yeah, this is a round robin.
Wait,
questions.
well, it depends on... Like, what kind of kiss are we talking?
Kiss.
Yeah, any kiss.
Sure, then yeah.
You've kissed me on the cheek.
On the cheeks.
Yeah,
Oh.
cheeksies.
Right on
Yeah.
those butt cheeks. of
Become
yours.
That's adorable.
Become kissy cheeks.
Soul Brothers.
Your turn to ask a question.
Did you ever go to a circus? Like a circus?
I don't think I've ever been to a circus.
I guess, I mean, it's supposed to be yes or no, so I'm going to
Nope.
no.
Have you been to the Grand Canyon?
Okay,
Yes.
that's 2 questions. She broke the rules. Start the podcast over.
Robot. Sidekick. Ready. Go.
JC, Bryan, Kayla, questions.
Why come you know
Yeah, why,
have...
why,
Drink some water next
why?
What?
It's a pleasure having you on the podcast. Now, you are a... When I describe Kayla to people, I say,
You describe me to people?
all the time.
Oh, wow.
He
At
never
least-
shuts
at
up.
least
Oh my
once.
God.
It's
He
just
keeps
like-
talking about
you.
how he
That's
was
so
in the
amazing.
closet during your weird first date.
Oh, the best first date, by the way. Good move, getting
I
out of
knew
there
it.
after the
I
second
knew it.
kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't worth. So did you kiss him the second time?
Well, yes,
I
but
could tell there was a shirt in the way for that part.
no, he did, yes, and
You like humored him. You're like, okay, here.
yeah, because I was like, well,
you
maybe
tried, I guess.
maybe it's
I
not
mean,
going to be horrible.
He does play the guitar.
And he
so-
probably listens to this podcast.
I
just
went
so
to
you
art
know.
school, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I was with everybody played the guitar in school.
I played the guitar. I wasn't good.
I remember we tried to start a band.
Nope.
And it...
Did you?
Nope.
Did you have
Well,
a name? Because the names are always good.
we
What's
did,
the name?
We did have a name.
I don't want to talk about this.
It's
I want to
uh,
talk about it.
Simply Sarcastic.
Yep.
It's
Guess-
even
guess-
better than I thought
Yep,
it was
it's-
going to be.
it's
Guess how
awful.
many band practices Bryan was at?
was-
0?
Yep.
There were band practices?
Yeah, exactly. Point.
You were supposed to play
Point taken.
keyboard, which you were going to learn.
Yeah,
but you...
I bought a book to learn how to play the keyboards.
Yeah, well, I bought a bass and amp. So tell me how much money
JC
I
wins.
wasted. And the reason why any of this happened is because one friend wanted to buy a drum set. And it was one of those things where that one friend was like, hey, I want to get into this. And every time we get into something, I'm like, okay, but if we get into this, we're all getting into this. It's not something that we're just trying for a little bit and it's done, like every hobby that we've ever done.
Yeah, been there.
So I'm like, all right, I'll front up like $700, buy a bass and amp.
Oh, no.
Bought a bass and
Whoa.
amp. He played the drums for maybe a week and said, I don't want to do drums. I want to do singing. And I went,
I wanna
you
do
can't
singing."
sing. And then that was the end of it all.
I think you should always be wary with people who really want to start a band.
Yeah, like
Especially drummers.
Who
You
wants to
shouldn't
start a
trust them.
band ever?
I feel like I come up with really good band names,
Okay.
not including
Oh,
whatever that was.
I
All
was
right,
say,
so
the one-
go around best band name you've ever created. Go.
that's,
Best band.
Kayla first.
see, though, they're never like anything that I remember.
Oh.
I know, yeah. I tried to start like a girl band in high school.
Called.
I don't think if we had a name, I can't remember it, but I was gonna learn
If
keyboard.
you were the fucking keyboard players, never learned to play keyboard. That's the whole thing about keyboard players. They never learn
Nope.
to play.
I bought a keyboard and a book like recently. Not to start a band, but just to learn piano. And then
Have you cracked the book open at all?
I did.
Oh, you beat me.
Yeah,
Oh,
his still had the
yeah.
plastic wrap on it.
I'm so glad I get a little bit of points for just opening the book.
Yeah.
Did you turn the keyboard on at least?
I don't. It's an old. So the keyboard I was
You
gonna
can turn it
borrow.
on.
I was gonna borrow. I didn't even buy a keyboard. I'm gonna borrow a keyboard from my parents. It does have. I looked at it recently. It does have an aux out, so it
You
would have
still
worked.
have that keyboard?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
one of those that's got like the little like. It's like for like children probably, but it's got like the little buttons and like all the. And like it'll play the little like a little song and stuff. If you just
Oh, that
push the
dancing
button.
was great.
Yeah.
I know, you know.
I'm so glad I'm
If only the
privileged to
audience-
see that.
But when I describe people to you, what I usually say is,
You describe people to her.
yeah.
Describe me
When I
to people.
describe people
Let's start this
to
over.
you, I usually, yeah.
Sidekick.
Fuck. Can't get this fucking right. Robot Jbrack, hey.
Hey,
Ew.
what's
Cute.
the deal with stuff?
Well, the thing is, so this date that I was on,
Uh-huh.
he proceeded to kiss me again after he asked me playing Bach, and then he played me his piano. Or
Piano. He was also learning the keyboard.
he was,
Everyone's
had a
learning
book.
to
he
play
was
the
actually
keyboard.
playing the keyboard and the guitar at
Making
the
out
same
with you.
time, and making out.
Okay, I would have made out with him.
Yeah, if he
at
could
that
do
Yeah.
all three of those things at the same time, that's pretty good.
But he licked my lips.
You licked. Okay, start it over. No licking licks here.
Robot. Sidekick. Ready.
Yay!
Kayla.
JC.
Brian.
So speaking of licking lips, do you have a licking lip story you'd like to share?
Yeah, I do it. In fact, actually, which is
Okay.
strange that you asked me that.
So
'cause
this,
it just happened.
tell me about this guy.
So he
Licked your lips.
He licked my lips, and then
Nope, don't even. Don't you fucking touch that button.
he giggled.
What? like what?
Hold on, stop laughing. I need to do it for
Like
you.
he thought you were a dog. Like
No, he was like this, and then he was like,
like you're like
I
gotcha.
was like, okay, thank you so much.
Really? Like you were just like
I'm gonna head out now. And then we were walking. He like holds my hand, and he's like holding my hand. I was
Oh,
like,
he was like, oh, I just nailed this date.
yeah. And then we were talking about hippies because I said like I am one because I don't
Which
shave my
when I
legs or my armpits.
describe
So
when I describe you to people,
it's a hippie.
hippie's a strong word because you do shower, but I say you're you're a very down to earth and a very soulful, openly soulful person. Is that a good way to put it?
That
Like,
sounds great.
yeah, I mean, write it down.
Thank
World
you.
traveler as well.
World traveler,
And a world
first thing I say,
traveler.
world traveler, openly soulful person, and I mean, you. Not that you spread your beliefs, but you wear your beliefs on your sleeve. You're free to. You're always open to talk about anything, whether it's gender-based, religion-based, science-based, philosophy-based, keyboard-based, or whatever it is.
Keyboard bass.
Keyboard
bass.
and bass.
Keyboard and the bass.
Thank you. Yeah,
That was the name of the band I was going to
Keyboard and
create.
bass.
Keyboard and the bass.
It's better than
Mine was going to be Katy Parody.
That's worse than the other one, and I didn't know there could be a worse.
You didn't like Simply Sarcastic, bro?
Oh.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy talking to people, and it just seems hard sometimes, especially people you've known for a while, because I think you kind of have the same conversation with them. Like, you almost, like, put them in, like, this is my friend I've had for this long. We've had these conversations, and...
This is what I feel comfortable talking with this person.
Yeah, exactly. And then if someone does something different, it's almost like the people say they're out of character, or you're not, this isn't really
This
you.
isn't you.
Yeah,
You
this isn't you.
changed. What? No. I just don't
No.
talk to you about this stuff because I know you hate it.
Yeah. And, like, I have friends who talk to me about other friends, and... like behind their back. And I hate that because it's like I don't know what to do
What do
in
you
those
call those
situations.
people?
Everybody.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's hard, but thank you. Yeah, I do like talking about stuff that most people I think get uncomfortable with.
So much so that you even started your own blog.
Whoa.
I know. Thank you. I'm
Which
really
I hear
excited
no
about.
one ever does start their own blog. So I
No.
commend you for actually doing it.
I'm actually the first
First
and only
blogger.
blog.
It's been rumored that one was going to come out, but you finally did
I
it.
finally did it. I was the first one.
It's weird that I even know what a blog is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost seems archaic now because there's podcasts and then there's
Yeah,
Bo-
I would say that podcasts are basically people who are too lazy to do blogs. So like, I gotta type it.
Yeah, I gotta type and actually like think out what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, and
No,
have a
no.
structure and storyline to it. Now just say it.
that's way too much work. Way too much work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I made a website on Squarespace, which is actually a really cool website. And
Hey Brian, how's our website going?
yeah, Brian.
Well, it's coming along.
Yeah?
I've been looking into different places to rent a website from.
Oh, so you recommend Squarespace?
Yeah, I do actually.
Squarespace, you get it now.
You
If
do-
only
do
we were
it.
sponsored by.
Yeah, oh, man, if we were getting sponsored by Squarespace, this would be
Yeah, we wouldn't be in your house. Right
yeah,
now.
I'd be like we wouldn't be in my basement recording this.
I mean, to be fair, it's not the worst.
No, this
studio
is beautiful
space.
setup.
Oh, look at this. This is a real table.
Honestly, though, this is amazing. Like
Thank
this
you.
is
Enough
is
about
great.
me. Let's talk about you.
But Squarespace, though,
Yeah,
we should talk a little bit more about Squarespace because
Well, the great thing about Squarespace. So you started a blog,
Yeah, I worked on it. I've been typing it mostly.
which is how
and-
most blogs come out.
Right, which is
The printed word.
printy word.
Printy word.
Printy word
These words are a
English.
little too printy for me.
on my keyboard, which is apparently how you do it. But I got it live today, and
I noticed that when I drink water, I put the water in my mouth away from it. And then I get closer, I go,
I like to hear you swallow.
yeah, well.
Whoa.
Whoa. Heyo.
It's for another podcast.
That's what I said to her.
That's for later.
That's what I said to her when she was at my mom's
He was
house.
licking my lips.
Hey.
Oh, man, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
So that was one bad date.
Yeah.
So on this blog, do you talk about bad dates? What do you talk about?
Well, I have a series right now that I'm going to get going, and in the meantime, I'm still writing a lot. But this one's mainly about relationships and kind
cool.
of my.
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
So cute. So cool.
What's the name of it?
Kayla Selectively Comments.
Oh, wow.
So I have a domain name, so it's just KaylaSelectivelyComments.com. And my family read it today, and apparently there's already drama starting from it.
Oh,
my
no.
family, yeah. I know.
That's
yeah.
great, though. That means it's good, right?
I guess. I hope
Well,
so.
I don't know if
mean,
it's good.
if it's stirring up stuff, I guess maybe.
Hey, it's getting people to ask questions, and that's why we do this, to get
is.
the questions asked.
I know.
Yeah. Well, we're a questions podcast.
We're a questions podcast. Speaking of questions, yes or no, how's the blog?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, good. good.
Whoa.
So the
Yes.
first one was about relationships, and
Yeah, the series.
wasn't it like what kind of person you are in a relationship, or what roles
Kind of.
people in the relationship play? Right. I read a little bit, the synopsis of it, and give a little.
should coin that
the
synopsis.
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 It's not the whole synopsis, but you get an idea.
Yeah, I do. It's right. The one that I'm gonna get going is a 6-part series about the same kind of topic,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of talk about the insecure person in relationships, and I feel like can become an imbalance. So one
Mm-hmm.
person kind of feels like the other one's growing more, and that makes the other person feel insecure. So then they start kind of controlling the relationship and controlling what they do, and it can create imbalances. And I just feel like I haven't found a person where we can be both just fine on our own. One person's not the other person's world. It's not like they need them. It's not out of need. It's just we like each other, and we can both do our thing, and we're okay without the other, but we just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, come together when
Come
you
together,
guys
yeah.
want the company.
Yeah, because my last relationship was, he really thought that you needed to need that person.
Mm-hmm.
And I just totally disagreed.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Which, obviously, people are going to disagree with you if they're in
Yeah,
a successful
everybody disagrees
relationship
with
or an unsuccessful relationship.
Drama.
So be prepared for those comments if we even get some. If anyone listens to that.
We've had
If
maybe one comment.
Yeah, and it was turn up the volume.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Question, JC.
Yeah.
What is your favorite color?
Oh, the purple has been one of my faves for a long time. I love the purple.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew you were a purple guy.
I'm a purple guy. I think I'm wearing a purple shirt right
You
now.
are.
Yeah,
You
Wearing a
are
purple
actually.
I
shirt.
didn't even
There's,
notice that,
It's not a
actually.
coincidence.
there's purple foam on the
Yeah,
wall.
I mean, I'm a big fan of purple. There's something. It's a bright color while still being toned down. I think the color represents creativity.
I know it represents
Represents
nobility and death in various
Yeah,
ways.
nobility. Yeah, the
royalty,
royals wore
yeah.
purple. Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you see purple in a movie, it usually means somebody's gonna die.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's color theory.
Have you guys traveled
It's
anywhere?
not a color fact. I mean,
Do you have any crazy travel stories
Mom.
not.
outside of the U.S.?
I've been to Canada once when I was 5.
I've been to the Bahamas.
So that doesn't count. The what?
The
Bahamas.
Bahamas.
Oh.
My parents got married in the Bahamas, and I was on a TV show for 2 weeks.
You met Kevin Bacon, right?
Met Kevin Bacon.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah,
That's
it's
the most random shit I've ever heard.
It was on the Lifetime channel. It was a show called Weddings of a Lifetime, and my parents got married on it.
I would never have guessed the lead up to that. We went to the Bahamas. My parents got married. I met Kevin Bacon, and I was on a TV show.
I was on a TV show, and I took a cruise for 2 weeks.
It was the most weird lead up ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, though. 100% of it.
Yeah, my travel experience, they've been good. I went to Thailand for a month.
You actually travel. Yeah, I mean, you backpack.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm going to just live at this place for a month.
Yeah, I think everyone should do it.
I'd
I
love to
agree.
do it, but I don't have the balls to take that step.
And also, I
think.
I mean, let's be honest. Me and you,
Let's please.
we had some time apart.
I'm gonna keep
We did.
lying over
We
here.
did.
We had some time apart. Didn't see each other for a good 2 or 3 years, maybe.
I know.
So I kind of lost that connection of, hey, I want to go somewhere. Oh, just talk to Kayla. She knows how to do it.
Yeah, I know. You always. That's on you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I was there.
Yeah,
I was watching
I
you.
was here. What? Were you in my closet? Just watching me? Wonder when he's going to realize I'm in
in your closet.
But yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to go to Germany and just, I mean, I like
Europe
to
in
backpack
yeah.
Europe. Yeah, I mean, which is such the pussy answer because it's like,
No.
oh, you want to go to a civilized place where it's your America,
America.
old America. Good job. But I mean, I'm a big history guy, so I want to see all the historical places. I want to see all the monuments. I just want to be embraced by everyone's culture and kind of get to know how people live in other places.
Well, it's civilized, but it's still, people are different. Even if
Yeah.
you go to Germany, yeah, they have modern technology, but you realize how different people can be defined by their societal
simple
traits.
in some ways and how they live, but then complex in other ways and how they communicate or treat each
Yeah.
other. It's so different and it's fascinating. I would probably just be that ignorant American traveling, but I would want to be just as respectful and just enjoy every moment of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I need to get my passport. I don't even have a passport.
I have a passport.
How's that make you feel?
it hurts me, Brian. It really hurts me. It hurts
I-
my heart.
I've literally been. I was in Canada when I was 5 because we were at the Niagara Falls and we went to the other side.
Is that in
the
Canada?
Nagy Falls.
Well, it's Niagara. It's in
it's Albany.
My
it's
geography's
in it's in
awful.
New York and
It's like,
Canada.
yeah, that's definitely Canada right
Don't
there.
ask me where things are. We don't learn geography in the United States.
Yeah.
I do feel like if I did go to Europe, I'd need to I'd make sure to start going to the gym and get in better shape because I don't want to be that fat American who's
Oh, yeah,
over there
absolutely
being
not.
look, he's that fat American.
I think
No, I think everyone's.
I think Germany.
Worry
Actually,
about
I think Germany has the highest overweight population in all the world. So
It sounds like
I think it's
bullshit.
higher than us. No,
You just make that up.
No, I think that's
No,
an
because
actual thing.
it's all beer and brats.
beer
Yeah.
brats, baby,
Baby,
beer and brats.
Beer and
Baby.
brats.
But beer and brats.
That's the next band name.
beer and
Beer and
brats.
Beer and brats.
Yeah, I bet that's a polka
That's
band name
probably
somewhere.
Definitely a
Beer
band
and
name.
Brutsten, something.
Beer and brutsten.
Beer and Brutsten.
That's how.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
speak other
I would
languages.
love to travel more. The problem is I became an adult. And
No.
now I know it's
Stop
the worst.
It. It's not the worst. No.
I grew up and
That's the
lost
worst
my
excuse.
dreams.
Like as soon as you get Kayla, you
Lost
don't understand.
them.
I have a real
know what it
job. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I don't want to start throwing.
I have a real
I don't want to start
job.
throwing classes at everybody, but I have a job. It's just, but that's the annoying thing.
It's just
Don't want to humble brag here, but I have a job. Ugh, it's the
Ugh.
worst.
ugh.
It's weird how it sounds like excuses.
It does. I know. Yeah, and it's totally excuse, but it's just one of those things where
weird.
it's a fear. It's not.
It's fear. It's,
It's
definitely
fear.
fear.
It's fear that I go and do it, and then I come back and I don't have a job. I
You
don't
hate your life.
have stuff I've paid for and stuff. But at the same time, a lot of the stuff I have is so material.
Very, yeah.
And I think about that a lot, especially recently where I really wanted to embrace my improv quote unquote career because to a lot of people, improv is a hobby. If you want a career in improv, you got to move to LA, Chicago, New York, and I'm here in Chandler, Arizona. Trying my butt off, and I'm doing a lot of improv, which is amazing because a lot of
I
people
feel
don't
like
have that opportunity.
Maybe it's just that I haven't known about them, and I'm just finally learning about them. But I feel like there's a lot of improv troops out here now. It's growing.
Yeah, there's a lot of troops. Torch Theater is like a public space nonprofit that has a whole bunch of different smaller groups. You take classes and you become a group together, and they have all those. And then there's Jesters, which they've been around for a while, and they're a pretty big thing here locally, and big with the Mormons. And and then you got NCT,
That and
which
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, and then you got NCT National Comedy Tour, which they're kind of like a competitive version of it, and then you got Improv Mania, which we've only been around for 2 years, but I mean we've done a lot since.
Yeah, that place is amazing.
It's great, and it's like I take it for granted sometimes that I get to do improv constantly, on the rig.
Oh yeah.
And there's some people that are like, oh man, I'm lucky if I do it once a month, and I'm like, that's crazy. So I mean, I feel like I would love to do it more though. If that could be a full-time thing, I would give up a lot of
Now, before we started the podcast, you said you were doing 14 shows this weekend or something?
I did 14 shows this week. I did 14
we were
shows.
both like, what?
Yeah, and I mean, it was, but it was,
And you want
it
to do
was,
more.
I had to stop working for that, so I had to take time off work to do those shows. But it was the most alive I felt almost in my life, I think. It was such a feeling of accomplishment, and it was the one time ever that I felt like, wow, I'm doing something that I love. You know what I mean? And I would come home exhausted still because it's a lot of work.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it felt amazing.
It's something that you can't not do.
It's not sustainable with what I have now, with like having a house and having, bills here, wanting to go do this and do that. It's not sustainable. I mean, I could do that, but I'd have to give up a lot of what I have, which makes it a very material problem. But I'm kind of a material person. I like things.
You are a material girl.
I am a material girl.
I think the problem, though, is we're kind of stuck in this model of what we're supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
So if we don't have the job, we don't have the house, we don't have the things that, people say you need in order to feel like you're successful in this life. And people who want to pursue their dreams, like doing improv or traveling or doing stuff that they like feel like is really going to help them and be beneficial in their lives, it's almost like that's looked at as like, well, you're escaping, and then but you're gonna have to then you have to come back and be a quote unquote adult, and it's like, no, you can still do those things, and
you just can't live the same way other people do.
It's just different, and like I don't see a lot of fulfilled people who never did the things that they always wanted to do. You're laying on your deathbed. You think they're going to be like, oh, I wish I did more overtime, or I wish I never went to Thailand for a month.
If only I got that condominium in Scottsdale.
Then I'll be happy. It's always like then, like the tomorrow that never comes. Like, you guys read Alan Watts at all?
Alan Potts.
Alan
Elmerson.
Read.
Books. What are books?
Blogs.
Bloggers.
Why don't you just talk it?
There's a reason we're podcasters.
But I mean, and improv has always been what I wanted to do, and it's acted as an escape. But it was just that 1 week of actually just doing it, and it felt amazing.
It should feel amazing when you're doing something that's completely creative.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been on it. Like, we were talking about, we haven't been in touch for a while, and so I've just kind of been studying for the MCAT and grinding it out and being a scribe, which was hell on earth. That's why I quit it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was it for like 3 years.
So I saw a movie that was made by Mike Birbiglia. It's called Don't Think Twice. I got to go see a pre-screening and meet Mike.
Was Kevin Bacon there?
Kevin Bacon was not there. I saw him at a private showing for the Bacon's Brothers when I saw him.
It was Birbiglia and Chris Gethard, right?
Yeah, Chris Gethard and Mike Birbiglia, and it's a movie about improv. And when it comes out July 22nd, go see it because it's such a true story of what it's like to be in an improv group. And this is a story of people that go 100% in it. Like, their day jobs that they're working are jobs that they hate, but it's because they're living improv. You know what I mean? There's living situations are kind of shit, and you're looking at them, and people look at them kind of like, oh man, what is this? And they're like, well, no, you understand. I'm happy. This is amazing. This is the dream for...
They're almost looked like as they're failing, or they're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but I mean, the movie is amazing. It's a really good movie. Don't Think Twice. It comes out, I believe, July 22nd. So check it out when it comes out.
This episode brought to you by Don't Think Twice.
And
It's in
Squarespace.
Squarespace. If you got a space, put a square in it.
I think those people are just honestly insecure because they probably had a dream or had something that they wanted to do. Like, maybe they wanted to be a ventriloquist. I don't know. People have random things that they want to do, but they never did it because then they had bills, and then...
Or they are doing it, and it's that one friend that you're like, look at that asshole.
Who lives in the closet.
No, I mean, like, but it just so happens that the thing they love to do also makes them a ton of money, and you're like, I hate you so much.
Exactly, yeah.
Look at you, professional athlete. Blah.
And then when they see people who are, like, doing improv and maybe not working full-time just to like pursue this dream that's probably a long shot, they're almost like, well, how dare you like go travel, and I can't do that. Like, I have responsibilities and I have to be an adult, and when they see other people doing it, they have to like shoot them down, like because they want to be doing it too.
Yeah, this year for me has been a very It sounds so stupid, but it's been a very.
It doesn't sound stupid.
No. I mean,
You haven't heard what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't care. Well, whatever it is, whatever it is, it's not stupid.
I've decided I'm only going to eat ping pong balls for the rest of my life. No, but it's like it sounds silly but this is like the first year in my life that I'm really like taking leaps to do things. Like I think I'm going to go back to school to study something that I never thought I'd be interested in, but I got interested in it. I bought season passes to Disneyland so I can go whenever I want and just like that's my traveling. It's like I'm going to go to Disneyland. I know that sounds stupid, but it's exciting for me. I'm like, yeah, that's so cool.
I know,
but I'm going to Riot
Yeah,
Fest.
I say that's our like, big our big travel is we're going to Denver.
To me, Riot Fest is so out of my box, like my box of what I normally do. I'm a very in this place right now person, which is a very improv thing. Like, I'm all about right here, right now type thing.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely starting to look further than that and just thinking like, where else can I go? What else can I do? I'm getting explored. I mean, we started a podcast just because we were like, we can do more. We can create more. It was like a creative outlet. So it's been interesting.
Well, because when you invited me on this podcast, I was telling you that I was thinking about starting a podcast, but I had no idea. Like,
yeah, and then I said, beat it to it, bitch.
Damn it. But then I did the blog and all that stuff. But back to Disneyland, though.
Yeah, what did it?
What is it about Disneyland?
This episode brought to you by Disneyland.
yeah, brought to you by Disneyland. Season passes start at $875.
Could you imagine?
Man, yeah, we would be really,
you were super rich,
really good if people are going here going, oh, Disneyland, never heard of that place. I'm going to check it out. I don't know. It's definitely.
I'm gonna pick your brain.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I had only been there once, and. I mean, I remember it being fun, and then I went back as an adult, and I just got to enjoy it more. And it's just, I mean, to me, it's a very
magical place.
I think I appreciate it for different reasons because I'm a performer and I see like the show and everything, and I go there and I just see how well done character actors, just like the scenery, everything is so well done that it's just I appreciate everything, even the rides. I'm just sitting there looking at everything in the technical aspect. Like, man, it's amazing how they do this. It's more like a sightseeing type thing for me than just going there and being. I like to be a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that would be super strange.
I also have an infatuation for stuffed animals.
I was always a real big naysayer on the Disney thing.
I was super big.
I was a real big naysayer on the Disney.
Wait,
it was bad, yeah.
No, I was very like this. There's no reason.
Back in the dark ages of.
I'm not like 10. Why would I go to Disneyland? Like I've been there. I've seen it. It's okay, whatever. I'd rather go to like Six Flags or something and go on rides.
Yeah, Six Flags is pretty rad.
Six Flags is awesome.
Yeah, it's
a little ghetto now.
I mean, I still.
You're like, ooh.
I think somebody got shot at one.
It's a little
recently,
sketchy now.
Yeah, they could do better. Let's just say
they
that.
could. But that being said, Disneyland. I went recently and. I had a whole lot of fun.
It's
like
crazy,
I want to go back, and I never thought I would be the person who says like I want to go to Disneyland. And
I think maybe,
and I was just there.
Maybe it's because we're adults now, and because when you went, you were a teenager-ish, so it's kind of that angsty feeling. You're just like, ugh. But
everything's
being an adult now,
gotta go to Club 33.
Yeah, you just you fucking asshole. Okay, don't even get into that.
What is that?
It's an exclusive club. Restaurant
like
thingy.
One of the most exclusive clubs in the world.
Do you go up there in like a little cage elevator and it's like this like fancy restaurant where they have like round tables? Dude, I've been there.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's everybody who doesn't care about
I don't give
Disney
a shit, but I've been there.
That gets to go there.
They had like a chocolate fountain and I was just like, yeah. I didn't know it was like this exclusive club. They were just like, we're going to this restaurant in Disneyland. I was like,
exclusive club, and I was like 12 or 13 or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, I'll get the chicken strips. Sure. They're like, I guess we'll make some chicken strips for you, whatever.
JC's boiling with anger right now.
Oh, my God.
2 people in this room. He loves Disneyland and 2 people who don't give a shit.
I know.
I've been to the exclusive dinner club.
There's something about being adult and being there that you just get to enjoy it more. I don't know. It's just...
No, there was something magical about it, not going to lie.
Dude, I'm going to shoot you every time.
I know.
It truly is magical.
I think magical.
They do a really good job.
Have you tried these chicken strips? They're just magical.
They're magical.
Magical chips.
To be fair, it was the best ketchup and barbecue sauce that I've ever had in my
It's
life.
probably Heinz.
And
but
Yeah.
it was Hunt's.
Hunt's. Oh.
But it was like
Ooh.
a bunch of Hunt's.
normally Hunt's is gross, but it was Hunt's gourmet ketchup.
Oh.
And
Only the finest.
I
at
remember
Disneyland.
it
yeah.
was also right after the first time I ever had a Red Bull, so I may have been
do
I
like,
think you were
remember
just
you-
high on Red Bull.
Yeah, I do
but-
remember. I do remember you talking about. I had a Red Bull.
oh, every now and then, like if I haven't had a Red Bull for like a few months and I drink one, I still get like a flashback to
To
that
Disney.
Red
to
Bull's the
that
worst.
weekend.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Red Bull is my favorite flavor of everything.
I'm a caffeine addict, and I just can't do Red Bull.
Like
It
to
jiggles your
I had
diggles.
Monster. Okay, I went to this Monster party, which in high school, where it was like
What
how
were
many
you?
monsters you can drink.
Oh,
no.
Which is like, why
So-
would anyone
so
ever
who
do
died?
that?
Let's
Yeah, I
just,
feel like I was dying. I had 3 of them,
Did
of the
someone
big
die?
ones,
Whoa.
and I had a complete like meltdown, like just crying, like heart palpitations. Like I thought I was gonna die.
We had a kid in high school that died from doing something. Like that.
Well,
No.
it was
alcohol and
alcohol.
Oh,
alcohol.
yeah. The Four Loko
and-
thing.
No, it was just like
vodka Red Bulls. Or
yeah,
something.
when like
Oh,
those
yeah.
because
Oh,
it was
it's
just
dangerous.
around when they came out, and so it was like, oh yeah, you just and he had too many uppers and downers, and I think his heart basically exploded or stopped or something. Like it
Both exploded and
Why
then
am I
stopped.
laughing?
Yeah.
It's horrible. His heart exploded.
But I mean, it's just like yeah, that shit's
Yeah, no, it's scary.
man.
It is.
No, it is. And as somebody who enjoys Jaeger bombs, it's
Ugh.
extra scary. I'm also still apparently in college. I don't know. Like,
Well, do you want to hear my back to Disneyland? And I know we kind of talked it to death, but do you want to hear my hypothesis on why I feel like you guys love Disneyland?
Yes.
I think
Is this part of your blog?
No,
It will be though.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I patent this
Okay.
before I say
okay,
it.
we won't release it. So
Okay.
we'll
Yeah, no,
we'll
we'll
hold on to this
hold on, yeah.
podcast.
Is that people want to be nomads a little bit. Like we used to kind of move around and see things. It was like a sense of adventure,
Okay,
you
yeah.
know? So you go to Disneyland, it's almost like this pseudo adventure. Not that
Yeah.
it's not real, because it is, and it's
Yeah.
nice and it's fun and it's great. You go on these rides and you see creatures. It's like you can go to the pirates thing and you can put on costumes. It's like you are living that adventure.
I mean,
Even if it's like
it's a world. It is a world.
corporate
version of
adventure.
it.
It's a
Yeah.
world of pretend. Like
Yeah.
you go there, and I mean that's what they do. And when you go to certain lands, there's certain sounds that they want you to hear. There's certain smells that they want
Oh,
you
yeah,
to
they
smell.
know.
We went on the Cars ride, and I was like, I've never seen Cars. Cars is stupid. Why would I? And we went on it, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, oh my God.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they've.
That's tomato.
That's exactly what it is. You're going,
Yeah.
and I've been to Epcot and Disney World.
yeah, me too.
Same feeling. Like I'm
Same
just
thing,
like I saw the world today,
Right,
and then I literally walked like half mile, and I was just like, it was amazing. Mexico, it was great.
But I think not the problem, because it's not a problem, but people don't realize they can have those adventures
Yeah,
organically, and like
I haven't been to Mexico. It's right there.
it is right there.
I could walk there and be there in about.
Like I
like-
said,
Well, I wouldn't
I do not
recommend
have
walking there,
a passport, so
you don't even need a passport to go. You just
you
need a border
do.
card.
No, you need a passport. You do. They're getting pretty strict about it because we
Yeah,
went.
Mexico's a scary place too.
Well, I mean, any place that's run on tourism, they don't really mess with the tourists. Like, it is dangerous if you're a local, and you definitely don't want to go to like.
Local
You don't want to
spots,
go
yeah.
away from the
From the
tourist
touristy place.
touristy place, but for the most part, it's pretty safe. But yeah, you can have those adventures, guys.
I mean, I was gonna say, have you ever been to? You've never been to Chicago, but Chicago is probably more dangerous.
I've
than
been. I've
most
been.
yeah.
places
True.
in-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain places
Mexico.
in
Like as long as you're not
Chicago.
in like Mexico City or like Juarez, you're probably.
Yeah,
I hear Mexico City's okay.
I've never been.
I believe Mexico City is one of the most dangerous places
I don't know about that.
maybe Bangladesh.
It's one of the most. It is the
in
most like.
Mexico.
It is one of the most populated places, like cities, like people per
Mm-hmm.
square feet. It's like the most populated, which is weird.
I actually had a discussion about my grandparents. They just moved out here from Chicago area, and they were talking about they were watching the news, and they're like, "Man, there's like always people getting shot out here, and accidents and dying and stuff. This place is terrible." And
Here,
yeah, and they're like, "You came from Chicago. Like, what are you talking about?" And they're like, they're just like, "No, it's so much worse out here." And I was like,
I think the problem is they just watch the news because
"Yeah, that's all. The news is
Yeah.
just
The news
all
is
about
horrible.
like bringing you down."
especially here in Arizona where nothing happens. It's like, well, show another gunshot. All right, yay.
Well, and the thing is, too, it doesn't happen here nearly as much as a lot of places.
No.
And so when it does, it gets a shit ton of coverage. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
Gilbert cops are they're known for being dicks. Like they're even other cops like don't like Gilbert cops. And there was this time where I didn't turn off my alarm system, and there's like a lag time when I go out the garage. I know. And I was only going to be gone. I was going to be gone for like 15 minutes, and I came back. I left my phone there because I was just going to like Circle K, and I come back. The alarm's going off, and I was like, oh, shit. And I see my phone, and there's like messages from my mom, and then like she's like,
She gets like
the alarm went off.
calls or
The
whatever.
police are on their way. Like we can't stop them, and you're gonna just have to talk to them. And I was like, shit, okay. And they were like circling the building. Like they were just like, and when I finally entered the door, there was 2 of them there, and they were like out of breath, and they were like all like hyped up, and they like wanted there to be like something going on. And I was like, hey guys,
They just been to a monster
so
party.
I'm so fucking sorry. Like,
Do you want to come inside? I got you. I made some coffee.
I have a Gatorade. We can all share it.
This is so embarrassing.
I'm really sorry.
Do you remember?
Yep. Okay, so
No. Do you remember when we were kids?
yeah. I
And
know what
playing-
story you're
yeah.
talking about. All you had to do is look at me. I was like,
Well,
yeah, I got it.
that's why I want
You
to
guys
say,
are
do you
adorable.
remember? So yeah, we were kids. Probably
When he says kids, we were in high school. We were freshmen in high school.
Okay, that's
That's
still kids.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's definitely kids.
Not when you hear what we were doing.
So we
You're like,
no.
oh, no, that's too old for that.
we had
Uh-oh.
there was one BB gun that didn't work, and then the rest we made guns out of Legos, and we were playing like stupid, terrible things like shooting people.
2 guys, 1 BB gun.
No, there were 4.
We were
of us.
basically playing Counter Strike in
4
the
guys,
back.
1
Yeah.
We were
BB
playing
gun.
Counter Strike.
We
in
were
the backyard.
pretending to shoot each other and stuff and we had flashlights and all
Like
this
had
dumb
we
stuff.
could we have afford to go to laser tag, we would have been doing that, but we couldn't, so we made Lego
Laser
guns.
tag's that's for the rich people.
I know, so we played
Can't
Lego
afford that.
guns in the backyard.
What are we, a 1%er?
Yeah. Why does it seem like every guy that I talk to always has like a BB gun story? Like someone gets their teeth like shot out, and they have like these BB gun fights in the backyard.
Luckily, nobody.
Yeah,
like
we
I
were
said,
stupid.
That one didn't. The BB gun didn't work. But so the thing is that
What do we guys?
This is where it goes.
we apparently scared the neighbors.
Because this was right when the Iraq war started,
Oh my god!
and they called the
So they
police
automatically
saying they were
assumed-
terrorists
They
Shut up!
running around in people's backyards with guns.
Yep.
Oh no!
Cop
So
rolled up
cop rolled up
without
with
his lights on, like no lights on, just silent roll up and turn it on and
Hands.
freeze.
This is
and-
what I've been waiting
hands
for.
on his
and it's just
holster.
like, here's
And
the,
we
it's
took
nothing.
it,
It's
broke it, and I
Yeah.
threw it, and it shattered. It was
Legos,
like,
it's made of
fake.
Legos.
It's fake.
Disintegrated, right?
Oh yeah. And
Oh
then
my
there's
God.
like, we got
Meanwhile,
calls.
like, the other me and the other guy were
hiding in the backyard.
hiding
Like,
in the
guys,
backyard, like come out. And we're
like,
like,
guys, come out. The cops are here.
like
yeah,
yeah,
right.
sure.
Fuck the
Never
cops,
to do
yeah.
that. I'm
No,
gonna shoot
seriously.
you. Like no.
That's what I mean. People are just searching for adventure. They want excitement in their lives because they're
Disneyland. Brought to you by
No,
Squarespace.
go to some foreign country and like I was in.
Sounds hard.
No, it's not hard.
Yes, it is.
expensive.
It's not hard.
Yes, it is.
But
I mean, I have plans on going to Germany within the next 2 years. If not Germany, it would be like the UK. It's either going to be a UK trip or like a Germany and other places trip.
you
within
just
the
have
next
to
2
start
years.
saving
Yeah, that's the other thing is. Debt.
and know you're going to do it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you're always going to be in debt. I mean,
I paid for a friggin' wedding that cost a lot of money. I can, if I wanted to, I can save up to go somewhere.
weddings.
Yeah.
Imagine if that money just went to travel.
Yeah. There you go.
Gosh, I would have gone to
That-
Disneyland
That would
a
have been
lot
crazy.
more.
I went
I
to
can tell you
Disneyland
that.
at least 5 times.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, did I tell you guys I went to El Salvador for a medical mission trip? Like last year in September. Yeah, September.
For how long?
I went for a week, 10 days.
That's
and
weak.
yeah, it's really lame. But we had to get bussed by the military, and like they had
Oh,
to
really?
watch us. Yeah, because it's like El Salvador's kind of a little
Sketch.
sketchy.
Yeah.
But the military hospital, no joke, reminded me of like 28 Days Later. Like,
Oh, jeez.
Like- yeah, but like a real hospital, and there are people like, and then a bombing. No, not a
What?
Well,
Oh, sorry, wrong word. I mean, a party happened. Jesus.
Well,
That's a big misplacement of words right there.
no, because it was like we didn't know what happened, but these guys were getting brought
Sent
in.
yeah.
And with like legs blown off and like
Jeez.
something had exploded and we didn't know. Like some people said it was a helicopter that crashed, or then there was this other story where just a dude was like soldering stuff and then like the sparks lit off fireworks in.
What? And like
I'm not fucking with you.
This shouldn't be funny.
Someone's
but
shack and just
And I'm like, oh, is he okay? Like, no,
this
he's
happened.
dead.
Yeah, all
No,
this
he's
stuff
definitely
happened.
dead. But then other ones were like that a helicopter crashed into a fireworks building.
Oh my
There was like all these
gosh.
why do
stories.
they have fireworks buildings? Are all of our fireworks come from El Salvador?
Why is the guy
And why are there sparks
Yeah.
flying
Why is
everywhere?
he
there?
soldering next to it?
Jeez.
What? Yeah, I don't know. We didn't know what the full story was, but we had to put like our surgery on hold
Dang.
because they had to get people in, and I got to like scrub in illegally, of course, because they don't check people.
So you like
stuff.
saw all this?
Yeah, no, I scrubbed in. I was in my full gear,
Dude, you're a friggin'
and I
boss.
was
I don't
like
know how you do
holding
it.
surgical gear. Like my finger
Was touching
was
someone's phone.
inside someone's leg,
Like you
like
could like.
inside of an incision. Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
you're just good with that stuff, aren't
Yeah.
you? You're like,
no,
doesn't
it's
bite,
great.
you know?
No, it does. Yeah,
Like I said, free spirited she is.
there was,
it's one word for it.
Yeah.
Jason Pierre-Paul, the football player.
JPP.
He speaking of fireworks, he had a fireworks accident and
Yeah.
had to have one of his fingers amputated.
Why am I laughing? I'm sorry,
It's just anytime you're like,
No, he's,
terrible accident, but
but
it was
but
all
it was
fireworks.
You're like,
Oh, hooray!
Yeah.
You're used to cheering for fireworks.
but no. After that happened, I looked at I read the kind of surgery that he had, and I watched a YouTube video where somebody
Just had the surgery.
it was literally just like, nope, here's the finger, and now we're gonna cut it off here, and we're gonna go all the way down, and
Yeah.
just like watching like them like saw it and like saw it, like yeah, it's just this whole thing. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch this, sure, why not?
the things that we allow people or surgeons to do with our bodies is pretty intense. Like
Oh,
I
I'm
just
sure.
had shoulder surgery. No one could see
Restart.
that.
All right, restart the
But
whole
I-
thing.
Yeah.
Ready?
He's like,
Robot. Sidekick. Ready. Go, go, go.
welcome to the podcast. I'm JC.
I'm
and
Kayla.
And I'm still Bryan.
Oh,
So what happened to your
Jesus.
shoulder?
So I had my labrum fixed and then my biceps tendon repaired. So they kind of shaved it down and then pinned it back in my bone. And I watched the surgery on YouTube before my.
Oh, it's like you were just conscious, like,
Yeah, I had
just
the-
looking over.
I was
oh, yeah.
awake in the surgery. It was
Look at
pretty
that.
great. I was chatting with
look
him,
at that.
talking small talk, talking about Disneyland.
Oh yeah, Gino is just
It's
an
Disneyland.
adventure.
It's
corporate
pretty-
bullshit.
It's magical. It's magical.
You like it because they sensed you.
But they're rough. Like it's surgery is definitely pretty rough. Like I've watched below the knee amputations. Like,
When I got my nose surgery, they talked to me and how it went, and they literally said, "Yeah, so you know this lump that you had up here." I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Yeah, we took a chisel, took a hammer, just clink," and I was just like,
Yep.
"Oh my god, jeez!"
Yep.
Yeah, and they're like, "Yeah, that's all, we just shaved that
Yeah.
little bad boy up," and I was like,
That's why
"That's why I had two black eyes when I woke up because they like
because
broke,
they
yeah,
slammed you in the nose and the
Oh
face.
my god, I can't even. Oh,
Once I had knee surgery, and I'm glad I went under because I was like, nope, no.
Does it gross you guys out? Like
I mean, I watched a whole thing about a video of a guy's finger
stuff
getting cut
does,
off. So.
Some stuff doesn't. There was a video that I was watching today that someone was doing something to their. Oh no, never mind. She was eating dirty diapers. I was like, what
that was almost
it?
like my
Oh.
bomb
It's
slip
like it
up.
was something that I was watching. Like it really grossed
I
me
murdered
out.
somebody. Oh, no.
no, wait. I was eating ice cream.
Oh, there was a
That's-
bombing. No, wait.
There was a bombing. Oh wait, no fireworks.
No, wait, fireworks. My bad.
It's weird. It was a weird slip up.
Yeah, she was just eating dirty diapers. Yeah, that's what grossed me out, not the surgery part.
Strangely, and I haven't had my blood drawn in a while, but I always have to look away when it happens. But I can watch.
I think it's different if it's you getting it.
I'm just kidding.
I think it's different if you're getting it. You're kind of like, because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
feel the pain as it happens too. But if
And I
you're-
think that just
I think
goes
I-
back to when I was a kid. Like my parents, I was like, okay, like
Look
you
away.
just
Someone
look
like
away
there's
and
always
you'll
a
be fine.
story where someone like holds kids down, which is like I don't like.
Well, now they have those like special like
You're
things.
both shaking your heads like no.
No, that's not true.
No, they will.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
they will.
I remember they couldn't find my vein when I was a kid, so they poked it a shit ton of times until they finally found it. But now they have like little shot things that like vibrate,
shot.
so that way you
Little
don't
shot.
like you just feel like the shaking. Yeah, it vibrates, so when the needle actually goes in, you don't even feel it.
I had toe surgery at one point, and
Humble brag, jeez. I don't know if you guys know
Surgery
that.
whore.
Well,
Yeah,
and
plastic surgery.
they had to do like the numbing injections, but they used something that used the air pressure to just like shoot
A needle.
shoot it. Not there was no needle involved. It literally
It's called
just
a blow dart
It
gun.
literally
They're
just shot the stuff like the Novocaine or whatever it was like through my skin using air
Whoa,
pressure,
That's weird.
and it hurt more than a needle.
Oh, like,
That was a fail.
So I don't know why that was like
They
the
use
way
like one
he
of those
chose
air
to do
pressure
it, but
water hoses.
It was really weird though. It was just like, yep, we're
That
gonna
is really
like.
strange. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Are you sure you went to a real
I-
doctor's
there,
office?
there was a picture of Joseph Smith in the.
Yeah,
so it may have
sounds
been
a little
some,
sketchy.
some weird Mormon
We don't believe in
technology.
impaling.
I
Yeah.
remember going in to watch like the below the knee because I knew like I didn't know how I was going to react to it because I felt like I'd be fine because I've seen like family members and I've had.
I've seen a
surgery myself.
grandma before. It's good.
I've seen old people.
Seen so many
Yeah.
family
I have
members.
a brother. I can
Yeah.
take a severed leg.
And so they have a tourniquet on, you know, of course, first. And then once he gets the leg off, he...
God, you're so casual about it.
He gets that leg off. and-
Don't, I could go into, like, how they did it,
Like
but...
they sawed it, didn't they?
well, yeah, so he starts at the top.
Okay,
and-
yeah, go back to what you were telling us before.
And...
Just because you can't.
We're time
people on the
crunching, yeah,
podcast
time
can't see what
crunching.
you're
no,
doing.
right,
That's
exactly.
why.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. It's not because you guys are little pansy asses.
Nope.
But...
Disneyland.
So he has to take off the tourniquet and make sure he sewed up the blood vessels correctly. And so he takes it off and he's like, oh, it looks good. And then it's just like, it was like, you know that Play-Doh thing where you squish it through and then it's like
The
spaghetti?
spaghetti.
It was like that, but blood coming out of them.
Oh, man.
It's like, nope. Didn't
He was
do
like,
it.
oh, he's all calm. He's like, oh, no, here it is. And he ties it off and then he's patting it down. Like, I just remember like, oh my, like, that is... all the movies where you're like, oh, that's ridiculous, where it's like really bright red and almost like seems kind
Pouring out, yeah.
Like Quentin Tarantino.
yeah,
movies.
like Quentin Tarantino. I was like, that is what real blood looks like.
Yeah.
Like that's actually more realistic, even though it seems a little like
Far-fetched
movie
and
magic.
over,
Yeah, but it was like bright red paint. Just
That's crazy. All right.
that's a weird noise. I'm sorry.
Anything else you wanted to talk about on the
Is that
podcast?
a
Kayla?
medical term? That
That's
you
a
just
medical term. Yeah. Yep. Coined it.
Coin.
Coined.
Cha-ching.
Ching. No, yeah. I mean, if you feel like we're
Oh yeah, this is about when we do a little thing that we call plugs, where you
Plugs.
just talk
Plugs.
about the
pluggity
talk.
plug plugs.
Plug.
When you talk about.
Let's start over.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
read
it's
it.
Sidekick, ready, go.
Welcome to Robot Sidekick. This is Kayla. And that's the show. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
it's good
much.
to have
Yeah,
Susie.
it was so good to have everyone. So Kayla, you obviously have your blog.
Yes.
So tell
brand new.
us about it, where we can find it, why people should go to it, what people should expect, how much they should pay you.
Well, everyone should just give me money all the time. So
Okay.
if you
Oh,
guys
hey,
just...
here's $5.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just
I gotta
My
run to the
first
ATM. I'll
Okay.
be back.
name, KaylaSelectivelyComments.com. And you can go to my Facebook, and the links on there are my Instagram.
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 It's my
Instagram.
Instagram.
You can find it. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
kind of me ranting and then talking about weird society things and
Cool.
travel stuff.
Odds are someone's going to get offended, so...
Yeah,
Especially
I mean,
if you're related to Kayla.
Yeah, if
apparently.
you're really okay, you're even more offended.
they already have, so, and it had been up for like a couple hours, so
Which is the moral of this podcast, guys. Don't get offended. People just have
Were they just
different
offended that you had
opinions.
a blog in general?
Yeah,
Just
you never
like,
told us you were starting a blog. Thought we were starting a family blog.
I don't know, honestly. I've gotten over trying to understand my family, and I think they've gotten over trying to understand me.
Like, thank God.
My dad's always like, I don't know where you came from. Like, thanks, Dad. Thank you so much.
No,
that
literally.
makes me
I
feel
have
really
no
good.
idea. I don't.
Like, literally, no idea where you
Surprised you're
came
still
from.
here
It's,
too.
it's weird. I don't know why you keep coming around the house.
Bryan, any plugs?
No, you know me. I'll be on this this show, Robot Sidekick.
And I'm sure you'll be editing some more videos for
yeah,
to be coming out. Huh?
So many videos that I'm going to be editing.
Yeah.
I'm not lazy at all.
Nope.
Nope.
I know you, Bryan. You're gonna work hard.
Yeah.
We all got to get diagnosed with ADHD.
Yeah, I gotta
And
get
then-
some.
Once I get some of that.
Adderall.
Adderall, and then you'll be good to go.
Well, we might have to get-
G2G.
We're gonna have to get our hands up. So you can find us on Facebook, Robot Psychic. Go like our page. That's where we post about all of our shows, our guests, and some fun other stuff that we do on the regular. And
you know, how about this? If you listen to us on iTunes, go ahead and leave a comment.
yeah, leave a comment, give us a like, or give us some 5 stars
See
if you really
see if
like
you can
us.
figure out how to spell.
Yeah, the best person to spell it, we'll give a $5
hand
gift
job.
card. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I mean, $5.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's what I
$5
said.
hand. Yeah, that's what I meant.
bombs, shoot bombing.
Sorry.
But you can find us on YouTube. Just look up Robot Sidekick, like and subscribe to the page. You can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Kayla, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much,
Thank
JC.
You're just a doll.
You're a doll.
You're just a doll.
You're
That's
just
all
a
you
doll.
are.
Oh, by the way, this is my ventriloquist Kayla. A little dumb.
Yeah, but I do want to say like that. I appreciate you, JC. I think you're a great person. I think you have a lot to offer. and
We
you're-
connect, me and you.
Yeah.
We always have. That's
Yeah.
why you're here, though.
Thank you. Yeah, and you're doing it, and I
Oh,
appreciate it.
I'm trying.
It gives me hope, like to see this set up and to see you guys doing this.
Hopefully
it's
it
really
turns into something, but it can only happen if people like and subscribe and
Yeah.
give us 5 stars
Come
on
on.
fucking iTunes.
Or we're gonna find you.
Yeah. Well, everyone.
I want to thank Squarespace.
Squarespace, yeah, if you're our
Disneyland.
sponsors. And
There was one more.
Spencefield's Fireworks. Spencefield's Fireworks.
Spenceville.
Not a bombing.
Not a bombing.
but a firework.
Not a bombing.
Fireworks.
It's
Yeah.
Spencefield's. But yeah, thank you guys. Share us with your friends, and we hope to see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.